Hi, friends. Welcome back. So, today I have a very special video for you today. I am so thrilled to share with you this video today. So, I had the privilege of meeting the wonderful Talisha of Creativity by T. I am so excited to share with you our makes, the pictures that we took. We had time to go out and dine with one another. I'm going to share with you all of those things today in today's video. I am so excited. So, as you may already know, this was a collaboration. We made the beautiful Know Me pattern by Beauty de J'adore. Now, that's her handle, but her name is Nikki Brooks, and I'll go ahead and drop her Instagram in the description box below. She's active on Instagram. I don't think she's active on YouTube anymore. The pattern is the Know Me ME2016. And it has two different variations. So it's this pattern that have these really big puffy sleeves, gathered skirt. So you have a two-tiered skirt that have gathering on the front and the back, which is really fun. And you have these really nice oversized pockets that's on the side of the dress. And you can do two different skirt lengths and also two different sleeve lengths as well. So I did the sleeve for view A, which is a little bit more of it's a puff sleeve, but it's not as voluminous as view B. I think view B for me is just too much sleeve, but I chose a size 18, and the measurement for the bust for that was a 43. So I really enjoyed this pattern. I had such a fun time sewing this pattern, and I had even more of a fun time when I got with Talisha and we were able to take pictures. And it was just like, it was like I was meeting an old friend, but for the first time. It is such a wonderful collaboration, and I had such a wonderful time with Talisha. So the sizes for this pattern is size 8 to 26. So again, I chose the size 18. Now on the envelope that I have, it's saying that it's size 18 to 26, but I think you can get like the size, I think it's 8 to 16. I'll put the different size groupings that you can get here, but the pattern that I have, it's a Y5 and it's size 18 to 26. So again, I chose the size 18, 43 inches for the finished bust measurement. The fabric suggestions are cotton blends, linen, seersucker, novelty sequin, double knit, and taffeta. And then you do need a lining for your bodice because it is partially lined and it's only lined for the front and the back bodice. You also have this little insert as well, and I forget what they're called, but it's like an insert that you can put on your sleeve head. It's like a sleeve head insert so that you can have more volume in the sleeve. I omitted that because, as you all know, I like some drama with my sleeves, but I don't like my sleeves to be like a lot. I don't like to have a lot of drama with my sleeves. And so I did change my sleeve because of that as well. And I'll talk to you a little bit about how I changed my sleeve as well. So this does come with really great instructions. The instructions are really great, very straightforward. You will be able to get through them. I love the instructions. So you will also need a zipper for your project as well. And that zipper is going to go in the back of the garment. And so you do have that. That's for your closure for those of you who may be wanting to do this, but you're beginners. I just wanted to let you know this isn't a pull over your head dress. You do have a zipper that you're going to be placing in the back of your garment. And then you also will need, other than your lining for your bodice, you will also need lightweight fusible interfacing as well. So now for the sleeves, I did elastic in my sleeves, and it also calls for elastic, so you do need elastic as well. And so, but for The longer version, I'm not sure if the longer version calls for elastic as well. I think the longer version calls for elastic as well. But I did put elastic in my sleeve, and that's how you get like this bubbling on your sleeve. That's at the edge of your sleeve because there's elastic under there. So I really like that. Now let's talk about the changes, modifications, and alterations that I have made. So let's start off with the neckline. So I decided I didn't want a high neckline. So the pattern does say that it features a high round neckline. And you all know I rarely like high round necklines because I don't really have a neck. And so I like to show off as much neck as I can. And so I did lowered my neckline by 2 inches. So that's the first thing that I did. And you'll notice that I have like a soft V. So mine has like a soft V here. And so it's not completely rounded. It's just a soft V neckline. It's not like a really pointed V, but it is a soft V there. So I did that. And let's see, for my sleeve, I also modified the sleeve. So the sleeve pattern, if you choose the size 18, the finished sleeve pattern is 28 inches wide for the fullest part of your bicep. I decided I didn't want that much volume in mine. And so I brought my pattern in about, let's see, 4 inches. And so instead of 28 inches in circumference, it is 20. Instead of 28, it's 24. So I reduced my my sleeve pattern a little bit, and it still has quite a bit of volume, as you can tell. So it's still pretty big and voluminous. It has gathering on the shoulder head, which I absolutely love. But again, I omitted that insert that goes at the shoulder head. So I took that out, and I just decided not to do that. Let's see. Oh, for my lower skirt section, I shortened my lower skirt section by 2.5 inches. So this pattern for view A, it is supposed to go below your knee, as you can see with the model, how Nikki is showcasing it on the front of the envelope. The dress is supposed to drop below your knee. Mine sits like right a little bit like above my knee, like barely above my knee. And so I decided to do that because I wanted to save on fabric. And also one of the reasons why I actually took my sleeve pattern in is because the sleeve pattern is really wide. And so even on like a 59-inch wide fabric, you still would have to cut that sleeve pattern out 2 times. So 2 individual times. You won't be able to fold your fabric and cut your sleeve pattern out once. You will have to cut it out twice because the sleeve pattern is so wide. And so again, I wanted to save on fabric and also time. And so I pulled that sleeve pattern in. And then also I would have taken the sleeve pattern in anyway, because again, I just don't gravitate towards a lot of drama in my sleeves. And so I knew going into the project that I might reduce the sleeve depending on how the sleeve would fit on me. Instead of actually doing a lining, I created facings for my neckline as well. You guys know I'm always notorious for doing those types of things. It's summertime, and so I don't really need a lining right now. The type of fabric that I chose, it's not see-through or anything like that. And so I decided to just go ahead and make me some neck facings and put the neck facings on. And so my garment is not lined at all. And to finish my seams, I used my serger. And so it was really fine. I really did not need the lining. And so it's fine. The gathering, I will say this, it did fall flat in some areas, especially on the lower skirt. But other than that, it's a really beautiful pattern, and I absolutely love the way in which it turned out. My favorite part about it is the sleeves. I thought that it would be, too much volume, but I actually like the sleeves. I really like the way that they drape. Now, I chose a rayon challis, and this fabric I purchased from Fabric Mart last month, and I'm really surprised that I got this out of my stash so quickly. I usually don't get fabrics out of my stash that quickly because I usually have fabrics in queue that I'm, working on or whatever, but I purchased this last month and I absolutely love it. Rayon challis, big blue floral designs. You have some dark navy leaves that's going throughout the fabric as well. And then it's on a white background. So I absolutely loved this collaboration with T. I had fun making the dress. I would definitely give this pattern 8.5 to 9 out of 10. I absolutely loved it. It sewed really easily. It's really fun to make if you're a beginner and you have other things that you're doing, like you have a full-time job or anything like that. It might take you some time to actually make this because it does have a lot of gathers. You have that back zipper. So you have different tiers and all of that. And so it's a skirt. It is a big project. It is a big project. But it is really beautiful. I absolutely loved making it. The only reason why I said that I would give this pattern an 8.5 out of a 10 is because of the pockets. So on the side of the pockets, it kind of droops a little bit. And I think it's because of the gathers up at the top. I think it has something to do with the style of the dress, and that's why the pockets droop on the side. But it really doesn't bother me too much, but I do love it. And again, it has great instructions. The pattern has great instructions. And so you don't have to worry about that there either. And when I saw Talicia's beautiful garment, and by the way, she made hers with a cotton fabric, absolutely beautiful. I'll go ahead and put some images here so you can see what she looks like. She made it out of this beautiful cotton, black and white daisy print. So gorgeous. So gorgeous. I love the way that she accessorized it and how she did her hair. She put daisies in her hair. Just absolutely gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And the shoes that she, paired with it. It's just a beautiful outfit. Just, I absolutely adored her version of it. So overall, I absolutely love this pattern. I definitely would recommend it. I do know that Mimi G this past week, she posted on IG that the Nomi patterns are now available in PDF format. And so you can go on the simplicity.com website and you can purchase your Nomi patterns now in PDF format for those of you who are not in the States and you want to get your hand on a copy of this pattern or any of the Nomi patterns. Those patterns are now available in PDF format. So again, absolutely love this collaboration. And now I want to share with you some things that me and Talicia did while she was here in Fort Wayne with me. So we went to this beautiful restaurant called Salvatore's, which is an Italian restaurant. It's one of my favorite restaurants in the area, and I wanted to share that with Talicia. It's something that me and my husband love to do. We love going to Salvatore's. It's a really great restaurant, and it's really wonderful. They have really great food, and I wanted to share that with Talicia. So we did that, and I also took her to the Rose Garden here in Fort Wayne as well. It's called the Lakeside Rose Garden Park, and they have all these beautiful roses. And this time of year during the summer, you have all the flowers are in bloom. So you have beautiful landscaping, and it's just such a beautiful park. It has a water fountain that is really beautiful. They have all these different pillars and columns that are along the trail of the park, and it's just so beautiful. It's a beautiful park, and I wanted to take pictures there with Talicia because the flowers were in bloom, and we were able to go around and look at the rose garden and take additional pictures of the rose garden and videos as well. And so we had fun there as well. And then lastly, I took her to the Cookie Cottage here in Fort Wayne. Cookie Cottage is like the place to go in Fort Wayne. And so the Cookie Cottage is kind of like Cookie Crumble, but it's not as expensive, and it's a really great shop. And they have all different types of cookies. You can get cookie dough, you can get snickerdoodles and chocolate chip and peanut chocolate chip, and just an array of different cookies, right? And I took her there and we had fun, and we were able to catch up and talk about life and talk about the things we have in common. I was really excited to learn that we have so much in common in terms of our stories of our marriage and our proposals to our husband, things of that nature. And we just had a really great time. And I want to give a shout out to Talisha and tell her thank you so much for hanging out with me. I can't wait. We're going to make it a more of a permanent thing of seeing one another, because we only live a couple of hours away from each other. So we're so excited to have done this collaboration. If you stuck around this long and you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to the channel if you found today's content enjoyable. And for those of you who come in and visit me week after week, thank you so much for supporting the channel and supporting me. I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed week, and let me know in the comments section below if you have made this pattern or if you intend to make this pattern, and what kind of fabric would you use and how would you dress it up. All right, everyone, thank you again for tuning in. I hope you all have a blessed and happy Saturday, and I will talk to you all in the next video. Bye.